Hello, welcome to the Lone Show. I'm your host, John Malone. In this episode, no regulars, because reasons, as always. As for our guests, they are from Germany, but currently in Los Angeles, and they work within music and art. But there's so much more to that, apparently. So, ladies and gentlemen, I give you Corinna and Isabelle Cott.
Hello.
Hello, hello.
Thank you for having us on your show.
Mm-hmm.
You're
So it's
welcome.
Corinna, but that's no problem. In America, that's the name that generally people hear. It's Corinna. But yeah.
Corinna and Isabelle.
hmm
Okay, I don't have much difference, to be honest.
See, yeah, and exactly. A lot of people don't hear much of a difference. It's the E or in, like Corinna. But it's true. Not everyone hears the difference. That's just showing again how our hearing is so very individual.
Absolutely.
Hmm.
So, how's life?
Life is quite fascinating. We believe that it's consistently changing as always, but this is a very high frequency time. If anyone here, believing in frequency, energy, vibration, which we love to see life as, is something that Nikola Tesla said too. Um, so the times are very high frequency, which I like to always say it looks like we're getting old wounds coming up again, and like the brighter the light gets, the more clearer we'll see the corners that might need still some cleaning.
Nice.
Do you
Is that
experience that at all, Jamie?
uh not that I would know of?
Oh, good for you. All right. You don't have any old
What are
stuff
you
coming up?
asking specifically, Corinna?
Oh,
What
I wanted to know
experiencing
if you're
what?
having like some old stuff coming up where you're like, "Ooh, what's this? I thought I'm over it, and now it's coming back up." You don't have that?
Mm, honestly, I'm not sure. In the past, I felt like that. However, not so much anymore.
Well, that's cool. Well, see, then maybe you're just ahead of us, and you already cleaned all your corners.
Nice.
Yeah,
Is
so no,
that
life is good. We're very grateful to be alive. Yeah, life is good. We're gonna have a show here in LA a week from Sunday, and we have our merchandise up that took a while to do. We're recording a new song, so a lot of beautiful things are happening right now.
all right then? And what has inspired you both to take the path that you are on right now?
I don't think the inspiration was life itself. I mean, I this is Isabel now. I was always wanting to know why am I here and how is this all working and what's the purpose of life itself and what's the purpose of me. And in that search, there came a lot of answers. And it felt like those things that I found were meant to be shared. This is really it. It felt like this is not just for you, Isabel, like it is with all art. We both feel that, right, Karina? That we don't ever create only for ourselves. This is to be shared. So all the art and the music that was part of the journey or whatever that started to be shared, and or we started to share that, and yeah,
But
that's how
how?
we got
But
here. But if he says like, how did we get there? Then I would like to add Corinna here. Woo. Um, we grew up with very musical parents, so that music is magic. We learned as little girls, and also how fun it is to perform and sing, to people and see their joy. That we also learned that with first time we performed in front of people, we were 8 years old. So the music being such a big part of our lives then made it quite easy to follow, which we believe every person has something inside them that they are meant to do. And we believe that this is ours. We are meant to do music because it comes through us, and it goes quite smoothly, and there's so much love in it. Like anything anyone loves, I believe, is something they should or could give their attention to, because I once heard, if we touch one person, we change the world. So
oh
any creative existence is a beautiful thing to share, right?
yeah, I heard that too. Once upon a time, somebody said, if you want to know what you're supposed to be doing in your life, then think about what you're really passionate about, what you enjoy doing, and what are you good at. And if you make two lists, the chances are that you will find you're the best at at the thing that you're most passionate about, and that there it is, your journey, if you want. Yeah.
That's how we became who we are today.
Fabulous. So, during your journey, what have been the highs and the lows?
Let's talk about lows first, and that's behind us.
Well, not like lows can still come, but
No,
it's
no,
how
no.
we deal with them.
No, I mean like to talk about it. Let's
Right.
first talk about the things we don't want to talk about.
Right. Yeah.
The things that are behind us now. Um, Going through the healing, it's a healing journey. I would say anybody who talks about the light nowadays has seen the darkness. So anybody, whatever. And anyway, yes, there was darkness, and the healing part was difficult here and there. Then there was also my sister and I going through the programming from childhood that wasn't necessarily the healthiest in some ways here and there. So that was probably the hardest part. And the high part is just enjoying what you're doing. And LA is beautiful, the weather is beautiful, nature is beautiful, falling in love with life and all the beauty that is out there. And it's really everywhere.
Yeah. And Corinna, would answer that with highs and lows. Is the highs are when I am so in life that I don't know time anymore, and all I know is feeling good. And the lows are when I don't have that, when I don't feel good. And these moments do happen through, the mind can do so many tricks to us. And I just had that the last few months. I mean, I've been like really, really good back to myself, which I believe to be a very high high energetic frequency person. So I have a lot of happiness in my life and Zen moments. But before that, the months before, they were quite hard. But I did notice by looking back on them that it had a lot to do with my mind, how my mind tells me about me. This is where I just said old wounds. I did definitely have them come up. Childhood things that I hadn't healed and I thought they were gone. So those are the low points, as I call them. But in an overall picture, if I wouldn't have had those, I wouldn't have had the clarity now. So maybe all of them are high. I guess it's all perception.
Yeah, that's a very good point.
It's all point of view, I would say. I said the darkness, but I don't really even believe in darkness. It's
No,
just
no, I do.
potential. No, I wrote about this. I really think that the light is like on Earth. It seems like it's dark, but it's just because you don't see the sun, which never stops shining. So that's kind of my idea of darkness now. Mm.
Right. You don't mean it physical, because obviously we know that physically there is darkness at night. But in a
It's not
spiritual,
I don't
emotional
see it.
sense.
Hello. Yeah, spiritually. I often talk in terms of energy. Yes. Mhm.
Yeah, absolutely. Couldn't agree more. Are there
You
any
almost sound
jobs?
like an AI, Jamie. I have to say, I'm sorry.
Beep
It's
beep
so
boop
funny.
bop.
I wish
I get that a
you hear
lot.
you do hear that a lot.
Yes. Yeah,
Oh, that's
if I
interesting.
had a penny for every time I heard that, I'd be a virtual millionaire. Yay!
But
I
then,
could
then it sounds like
Ah.
you probably have you are at peace within you, because I think that somebody that could say that something sounds like AI would be because you're Zen, right? So the
Or maybe
emotion,
it's
because
also because I'm this is not my first language and you are from England and there is an accent to it and maybe the way your sound, the sound melody of your speech, the speech pattern is so unfamiliar.
yeah, that's a good point.
but we love it, because uniqueness is number one. I do love the differences of people and the way we talk and think and do things. It's also very unique. It's beautiful.
Yeah, absolutely.
So thank you.
You're welcome. Are there any jobs or opportunities you haven't done yet? However, at some point you would like to try it someday?
Share music with the world. We haven't done that yet. We have pockets of worldly experiences of connections, I should say, people that know us from different parts of the world, but to really share it in a large aspect, that is the job that I'm still looking for, because it's meant for that. I mean, I'm saying that believing that there's a voice within me that gives me truth. And also in a small picture, when we perform and we see how people respond to us, it just it just makes me feel that it's true. It's the more we can touch, the greater it feels.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
couldn't say there's any job that I haven't tried and always felt like doing. It feels like whatever I wanted to do, I went for it at some point. There's nothing outstanding where I feel like, okay, that I really want to try. Mm.
Do you?
Do I what?
Do you have a job that you would love to do that you haven't yet?
Well, I'm currently at university. By the time I graduate, I would like to get into television as well as voice acting, and
Mm,
and also there's this other project that I'm working on to revive a defunct app that most people vaguely remembers.
what jobs that people vaguely remember? Is that what you just said?
I said I'm working on a project to revive a defunct platform that most people vaguely remember.
Oh, a defunct okay
Oh,
platform. We don't know it, so most people don't remember it. Yes, got it, got it, got it.
Yes,
okay.
exactly.
Okay, all right. So you're working on something you want to do for sure.
Yes, of course.
We always should,
Not,
right?
of course, there's too many people in this world who do not follow their desires. Too many people believe that they
There's
have to do certain
yeah.
things, instead of really following the heart. We are very big advocates of believing that it's good to follow the heart, the desire, the one that doesn't hurt anyone, right?
The desire that is attraction, the attraction that points you in the right direction, in that direction where there's something to be learned. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Whether that's people or situations or jobs or whatever.
Yes, so true. Where was the furthest you traveled to from where you were originally from?
That was America,
It's
funny enough,
America.
because we're from Germany and we went all over in Europe. I mean, we went to Spain a lot and France, and I went to Portugal.
Italy,
Of
Switzerland,
course, Austria,
Austria,
and yeah. Hmm.
Holland, whatever. But yeah, it is the furthest is where we are. Like when we go home to visit our mother or the rest of our family, that is the longest flight, 12 hours.
All right then, very good. Have you ever met anyone famous?
Well,
Well,
we're in
we're in
LA,
LA.
so I mean, have we met?
Yes,
Yes, we have
we have
talked
met
to
many,
many
many
different
people. Because,
celebrities.
just going to restaurants and stuff, you do meet people. Um, or see
But
people,
I guess
rather.
the
I should say
longest
see.
conversation was the engagement party.
Yeah.
We
So,
went
yes, the
to.
answer is yes.
Yes, we have.
Nice, nice.
How about you? Where are you in England?
Manchester.
Ah, okay. So that's a pretty big city. Do you ever see anyone? Like, I mean, there's some great actors back in
That's where
from
Tom is from,
England.
Manchester.
Yeah, we have a friend
Yes.
that's from your town,
Yeah, of
city.
course.
Yeah.
Manchester is a city where nearly half of the nation's media is produced, so of course
Oh,
I'm going to see some notable people every now and then.
that's awesome. I had no idea about Manchester that way. That's cool.
Yeah,
All
so
right, you guys.
absolutely.
So then you see a lot of British people, or did you
Well,
see
obvious.
Americans too? Yeah, no,
Yeah,
obviously,
yeah,
but
yeah,
also
yeah.
Americans or no?
Uh,
Actors or
I see
singers or
some
anything?
Americans, but I also see other people of different races, ethnicities, nationalities in Manchester, because of course there's a lot of tourists coming to the city, whether
Right.
for football or the media, and yeah, there's many reasons.
So then it's quite similar to LA, right? Because that's what people
Yeah,
come here for.
I was just thinking that because the prevalence of media in the city feels somewhat like LA, so yeah, I see a
Okay.
pattern coming on.
Well,
Just a
have you?
little cooler weather-wise, right? In
Yeah,
Manchester.
yeah, it's definitely a lot cooler and a lot wetter too, because
Right, a lot of rain.
Have you made it?
it rains a lot there.
Yeah. Have you made it to LA?
Well, not yet, but
But
eventually in a
it's your
few
plan.
years,
Nice.
something's in the works apparently, and I'm gonna soak it all in.
Yes, as you should. I mean, should. I don't know. I use that word, but I don't necessarily stand so much behind it because I always feel like should implies that somebody's giving you outside pressure. I do like could though. Yes, as you can, as you could. That's great.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Well, good luck with that, whatever it is.
Yeah, I believe in
Yes.
you.
Thank
This
you.
is the perfect time. And we just heard today that we are in a very again, like, this is a matter of belief, right? But we believe in this stuff that Nikola Tesla taught about frequency,
This
energy, and
isn't okay.
vibration.
I would really. Can I just interfere here quick? This
Yeah,
is
but
not
give me 1 second to finish the
Okay,
sentence.
fine.
The only thing I wanted to say was that we just heard today that we are in a very high frequency time right now, where what we're doing right now is very much supported in the creation sense, and when I say creation, I mean, like, this is anything. Anyway, as soon as somebody does something, it's creation. I like to call it that way. So this is a good time anyway. This is a good time.
The one who was talking was saying that it's like until the next full moon, we're setting the blueprints kind of for the year, something like that.
Right.
But whenever you are showing this, I don't know if you want to cut this out if it's not relevant anymore. Just so you know, you just missed it.
Well, whatever. The whole time is
I don't know.
magical. But what did you want to say, Isabel, when I said that about Nikola Tesla? What bothered you? Or what did you want to add?
No. I just want to say, like, it's not like I came to this because of Nikola Tesla. It's like these two sides of life. There's the material world and there's the energetic world. I don't even want to say spiritual world. There's a world of energy, which everybody agrees. Yes, matter is energy. But nobody really, I mean, I wrote about this. It felt like nobody's really looking at the application of everything being energy. So we're coming back to, I feel we're all coming back to this understanding that, of course, that matters, that everything is energy, pun intended. So there is matter and there's energy, and it's both true. And coming to this understanding that both is happening at the same time, and we can look at life from the energetic point of view. That's really changing everything. It changed everything for me.
Mhm. Yeah, good times.
Yes, very good times.
Mhm.
So, how can you tell if you're entering a high frequency time?
I love that question. Thank you for that. I never thought about that, but I immediately heard an answer. One thing that I've noticed in this time is that so we call this synchronicities, right? When something happens and then let's say we are talking with you about a squirrel, and then I go outside and see a squirrel, although I see them a lot. So let's take something less,
like synchronized dancing.
yes.
The universe works with you, so to speak.
Yeah. So synchronicities in the sense of, like, a subject is being brought up, a movie is being talked about, whatever. And then suddenly it comes back. In the next conversation, it comes back. And synchronicities, they've always been around in my world anyway. If I just speak of my world, they've always been around, but I've noticed them way faster now. And I've had this visual a long time ago with a spiral that is really, it takes a long time to go from the beginning back to the beginning, as it spirals. But now it's much faster. So it's like this big spiral. It's big on the bottom and it gets smaller and smaller and smaller. And now we're on this small one where everything moves as a circle, like where it starts and where it comes back to the start much faster than before. And I think that's, like, really a big one for me, where I see, and also people seem to be more in touch with their hearts now, which also I call that higher frequency.
Yeah, everything moves faster. So like in a wave, a high frequency wave, like any musician or maybe in physics have seen that they're just there's many what the wavelengths are shorter, so there's more movement. It's just moving faster than a low frequency
So,
wave.
but he asked, how would you notice? What did you notice? The same thing?
Yeah, it's like times I don't talk like this. Corinna is way more prophetic when it comes to talking about things, because she can be sometimes a little more, I'm so certain it is like this, where I often leave doors open. I feel like I'm not gonna even say it is like this or that or this or whatever, because it could be anything.
Yeah, I'm open
So
to be
I'm just
wrong, but
flowing
this is
with
what I
the
see.
times. I don't even, put my finger out and said, now it's high frequency. No, I'm just going with it.
Well, I'm saying it because I'm
and
experiencing
that's
it.
fine. That's perfect. Right? That's why everything exists, right?
Yes, absolutely. If your mind was an island, what would it look like?
I only can say magical. I can't even put a word on it, because now magic is so individual. Like, what I consider magical. I mean, we can say magical would be a unicorn and fairies and Um, well, my island in the mind definitely looks like one that includes everyone, that is open to everyone, that is believing we're all connected, so life matters. No one is below and no one is above. We're all on the same level, having a super fun time loving each other.
Yeah, I would just say, yeah, yeah, exactly.
Isabel agrees.
Very well done. Would you rather speak all languages or talk to animals?
Speak all languages or talk to animals. I'm already talking to animals. That's awesome. If I were to speak all languages, I guess I could really communicate with every human being. I think that the human being is in. I think I would take the languages because I feel that nature is so perfect and so aligned already. Human beings have the power to choose against themselves, so maybe it would be cool to be able to say these things in all kinds of languages.
That's Isabel's answer, and I like
Yeah.
it.
Mhm.
However, I don't think I can answer this question because, or in a way, I already feel like the animals are talking to me and I'm talking to them. I
Mhm.
like using my voice when I talk to them, but they talk to me emotionally. Like I pick up thought. I don't know.
I think
So
everything's talking. If you listen.
exactly.
Yeah.
So the would you rather? I want it all. I want to understand everyone. I hope
Fabulous
that works for you.
choice. Yes, it does.
Sorry.
Okay.
Okay, good.
It all works out in the end.
Yeah,
Oh,
right.
we like to say that
and then
too.
and when it's and when it didn't work out, yet,
It's not the end. Yeah.
Yes.
Beautiful.
What was the last book you've read?
Ooh, I love that too. Thank you, because I just picked up my absolute favorite book again recently. It's called 2150. It's from a lady called Thea Alexander, and it was written in the 70s. And it's really about the time in this book, about the time of 2150. A very much more advanced, more aware that we are all connected and also working together all already very connectedly.
I have to, it sounds funny, but it is also the last book I read. I mean, I looked into this one book, but I can't say that I read it. So I read much more of 2150.
So look, see, Isabel and I, being the twins, didn't even know that we did that. But
Yeah.
yeah, 2150. Woohoo! Anyone should read that.
didn't
Anyone who
finish
heard
it,
that
though.
that sounds good, read it, read it, read it.
Yeah.
It's challenging, but it's amazing.
Yeah, I didn't
Yeah.
finish it. It's hard to read, but it's great. Yeah. It's very mind opening. I experienced it as very mind opening when I read it the first time. Mhm.
So that book, actually, the first time I read it in 1995, I thought, what is this? I couldn't really even understand it.
Mhm.
But it was interesting enough that I picked it up more, and now I read it probably like 5 times since 95. Mm.
Wow. Wild.
What about you, Jamie? Do you have a favorite book
I don't have a favorite book,
or a
but
last one you read?
the last book I've read, it was the Guinness Books of World Records.
Good
Funny.
one.
That's good. Yeah.
Did you find some stuff in there where you're like, I can't believe that there's actually a world record on that? Because that's
Yeah,
always
like,
my thought.
I
Sure, that's
remember a couple of years ago, I actually attempted to do a Guinness World Record for longest. I'm not sure how to describe it. It's basically different theatre schools in the country performing the same production simultaneously at the same time in sync with each other.
Oh, cool.
And yeah,
That
it
is what
was,
you. Sorry, please
it's
continue.
alright. So we'd all did that, and it was pretty much achieved for like day two somehow. So yeah, it went pretty well.
So you
Oh.
actually did it? You all?
Yeah,
How many places came together? Synchronous. Okay, can't speak.
synchronized.
Yeah,
uh, I don't know the exact number. I feel like it's close to the hundreds in the UK.
that is so cool. And you're the
Yeah.
one who put this together?
Oh, I didn't. I wasn't solely responsible. This was an idea like many other theatre schools had for 10 years since the last time they've done it. They want to do it again as a way to celebrate their anniversary. And yeah, the rest they say, is history.
All right.
I love it. That's really cool.
Oh yes, absolutely.
Well, they say this is again with energy, like the more people have the same direction or the same thought at the same time, the more it shifts the rest of us. I do think that's quite amazing. Of like, I'm sure like everybody doing something at the same time, synchronized, and this was most likely, I guess, something creative, right? Dance or what was it?
Jamie?
Shoot. Yeah, I'm sorry. I got the yeah. It's
You
chucked
just
in the
lose
bin
us for a
now.
second here.
Yeah, it's just chucked in the bin. Oh
No
well.
problem. Yeah, no, anyway, it's great. I love it. The idea of synchronized things. And it looks always very cool too when you just see a group of people synchronizing synchronized dance or whatever. I always find that very fascinating.
Yes, it's quite a sight to see. What do you know about the world that we live in?
That is, wow, what an interesting question. What do you know? Is that what you said?
Mhm.
Yes, what do you know about the world we live in?
I don't know much about the world, but I do feel that I know about life. And the world itself has more, I mean, everything is life, I believe. And yet I have a better understanding of nature, animals, and people than and also only a certain type of people because I don't. There are so many people out there, and some of them come from the heart, and some of them do not at all. And I don't understand them at all.
I think I would have to say, what do I know about the world? I know that life can be completely different um, for anyone in different countries, more challenging than maybe here. Uh, it can be so vast in experience, innumerable probably, that I know only about my own world. And I know that everything exists. That's something I like to say.
Hmm.
Everything exists because everything exists. So
There's a lot of beauty and a lot of
I,
terribleness.
I gained a lot of awareness about my own life, yes, for sure, and the workings of my own life. But the world at large, it has everything, I guess, all possibilities, beautiful and not so much.
But
It's
I
all
do
there.
say one thing though too. This is again a matter of belief, but it's therefore also my existence. The more I included life itself as a part of me, the more life itself started to support me.
Wow, amazing.
Oh,
Did you
you
just
poor.
yawn on
Which I
that
told.
perfect sentence?
No, but I get it, man. You're up. It's like 1:30. You said what did you
Yes,
say? 1:30 or two
yes,
thirty
it
or
is late for
something
you.
Yes.
late anyway. For us, it's just the afternoon. You're such a trooper to be up.
Are you
at
done
this
after
time.
this though? You can go to bed, or you have another
Yeah,
interview.
that's it for the night.
Oh, good, good, good. Hmm.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thank you.
If someone wrote a book about you, what do you think its title would be?
The title?
Yes.
Mhm.
The twins of our truth.
Not bad, Pearl.
Because we're known as the twins, sometimes in our circle of people they'll just say, oh, the twins. They don't even say our names. So I think that fits, and then we stand for our truth and believe that everyone has their own truth. So the twins of our truth, yeah, that feels right at this moment.
It sure does.
Mhm. Or
And
maybe
as
my book could also be Love Life. That could be yours too. If it's
Yeah,
just like
okay.
mhm.
yeah,
Sorry, go on, please.
Yeah.
yeah,
Jamie?
that's a good point. Good point.
Mhm.
So that is all we have for this episode. It's great having you on, Corinna and Isabelle, talking about your works in the music and
Oh yeah, we
frequencies
didn't even
and a
talk so
lot of
much about
things.
you. Yeah, we got stuck on the spiritual stuff, but I love it.
Yeah,
One of our
Yes,
please go
favorite
to
subjects.
ourtruthmusic.com, right?
Yes. Anyone who like to actually hear about our music.
Yeah, and hear more about us. Okay. See how we look like.
Yes.
But thanks
very
so much
nice.
for having us, Jamie. Thank you.
Yes,
Really
thank you.
appreciate it. And I love your questions.
Yeah,
Thank
very
you.
interesting
Yes,
question.
very unique.
Mhm.
And until next time, stay
Sounds
tuned
right.
good.
for
Have a
more.
beautiful evening. Sleep well.
You
Bye.
too.